What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I know I've been gone for a couple weeks, but here I am back at it again. I did watch a good amount of the NFL playoffs. Um, I'm gonna have a video on that coming soon. Man, it's Patriots and the Seahawks. Wow, that is not really a matchup I'm looking forward to, but it is what it is. So I will be keeping tabs on. I will be watching it just for that, just for the channel probably. Otherwise, I wouldn't be interested. And of course, I'll have a lead up video going into that. A lot of head coaching changes in the NFL. Wow. Belichick getting snubbed for first ballot Hall of Fame. Shocking news there. But anyways, if y'all came here right now, y'all didn't come to hear about football. Y'all came here for basketball. So and I've been saying for a long time that I was going to get into basketball. And now with the trade deadline coming up on February the 5th, we have less than a week to go. And the main guy on the trading block is Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Bucks have opened their lines to all offers, and it wouldn't be right if I started off my trade prognostications with any team other than my own, my Philadelphia Sixers. So this is very unlikely to happen. True, if we were able to get Giannis, and let me just play a little fantasy trade land, I guess. Fantasy GM. There we go. And let's try to get Giannis to the Sixers. And I'm gonna call this Sixers get Giannis with some help from the Warriors. So I don't know what device you're watching this on, if you can see all the names and all the picks and all the things going on, but I'm going to just read it off for you. So the Sixers receive Giannis and Thanasis. Naturally, Thanasis has to go with his brother. We also received DeAnthony Melton from the Warriors. I'll get back to that later. Now the Warriors, they receive Miles Turner from the Bucks. And the Bucks, finally, they received Paul George, Jonathan Kuminga, Jared McCain, and Adam Bona. As far as picks go, the Sixers have a 2028 Clippers pick that will be going to the Bucks. That is an unprotected pick. Let me also say that. Then there's the 2030, 2031, 2032 pick swaps from the Sixers. And the 2031 and 2032 pick swaps from the Warriors. So I know you're like, well, why the hell would any of these teams agree to this? Especially the Bucks and probably especially the Warriors. So I'm gonna give you reasons from all three teams. So why the Sixers do it? Well, obviously we get Giannis. So we get Giannis. We get to pair him up in the front court with Embiid. We got Maxey and Edgecombe in the backcourt. And we only lose Paul George and Jared McCain, who's not having his best season. But, I like McCain. I would love to keep him, but I'd rather give up him than Edgecombe. I know if we were to actually talk to the Bucks, Edgecombe would be the player they would want. And I'd hate to give them Edgecombe. And for real, if Edgecombe had to go to get Giannis, I'd have to give him up. That would be a whole different kind of deal, though. Nothing like this. Now, get to the Warriors, why the Warriors do it. Now, see, the Warriors, they need a center in the worst way possible. They got old-ass Al Horford. He's like 40, 41 already, something like that maybe. They got the boy Post, but they don't really use him like that. And I don't know what's to do with that. And then they also, they lost Jimmy. So they need somebody that is a playoff, what am I saying? Battle tested. Somebody that's playoff battle tested. And Miles Turner was just in the finals with the Pacers. So we know he has playoff experience. We know he's battle tested. He's not that caliber of player, but at the center position, he's way better than anybody they have. He can block shots, he can shoot threes, and he's 6'11". Man, I'm tired of them. I mean, I'm not tired of them. I don't give a fuck. But I'm sure that Draymond is tired of having to guard these big centers, and especially the young bulls coming through. He gets to move down to the power forward, which helps him a lot. And like I said, I think Miles Turner will add a different dimension to their team so they can make a playoff run of some sort. Why do the Bucks do it? And that's obviously the key thing because they're the ones giving up Giannis Antetokounmpo, their franchise player. So for the Bucks, they get Paul George and they can flip Paul George in the offseason. I don't know what the restrictions are. I don't know if he can be traded right away because otherwise, I say they take Paul George and just slide him to another team in another trading, try to get even more draft picks. But I think there's a recently traded restriction, so you have to wait a certain amount of time. I guess it's a few months or so, and by then the trade deadline is over, so they'll have to wait to the off season, probably right at the time of the draft. So at the draft, they could try to move Paul George, and then if they don't move him, then sometime after that. But that's a key component for them to get more picks. They get Jonathan Kuminga. Kuminga's like, he's a young stud, like wing player. The Warriors couldn't find a way to use him correctly, but maybe the Bucks can. Same thing, Jared McCain, Adam Bona. Sixers, we were using them, but they were relegated to off the bench, and they kind of like developmental players, which is what the Bucks need. They need the talent to develop. Excuse me. And then we have all the picks. Now, that 2028 pick, which is unprotected, I say it again, from the Clippers should be very intriguing. I mean, how much longer does Kawhi and James Harden, how much longer do they have in them to play in an elite level? And we already know how Kawhi likes to miss a lot of games. They're also another old ass team like the Warriors, so their roster will be falling apart in short order. And by then, and which is only a couple of years, by then that pick should probably be maybe a top 10, top 5 pick. Hell, probably even number 1. As for the pick swaps, now the Sixers and the Warriors both have made a bunch of deals over the years, giving away, trading draft picks away and stuff like that. So they can trade back-to-back year picks. So that's where the pick swaps come into play. Now, pushing it all the way out to those years at 2030, what, 1? Yes, I put 2031. 2031 and 2032 for the Warriors. I mean, like I said, old ass squad. Steph should be going by then. Draymond should be going by then. Jimmy should be going by then. All them dudes should all be retired by then. That's what, about 4 or 5 years from now? No, it's longer than that, 5 or 6 years from now. Yes, they should all be retired. And if they ain't retired, they could be nothing more than shells of themselves, except for maybe Steph. But yeah, that should make those swaps be very valuable. As for the Sixers, our swaps might not be that valuable, but hey, we had to throw in something pick wise more so than just that 2028 pick from the Clippers. And who knows? By that point, we talking about another 5 years from now on some of those picks. Giannis might be slowing down. Embiid might not even be in the league no more, considering his knees. And we'll probably be a good team because Maxey still be in his prime, and Edgecombe would definitely be entering his prime. So yeah, I mean, it's just a little sprinkles on top when it comes to that. But anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think about my trades. I'm gonna especially send this to Sixers fans. I know some groups where things are speculating and the forums are buzzing and all that. So I'm gonna send it to them for especially. But all NBA fans, what do y'all think of this trade? I'm gonna have a lot more coming, and I'll catch up with y'all again soon. Peace.